I'm Linda O'Connor, and I was cast as Kitty in Drowsy Chaperone, and I feel really fortunate to be working with so many talented people on the show. Let's see, I was a classically trained actor. I went to the American Academy of Dramatic Arts in the States. I've been performing for a few decades now, and I have been trained as a method actor, so I work in Uta Hagen's method. And, you know, I might not be deep in method acting when I'm playing Kitty, but I do apply some of the work that we do as actors. Naturally, you know, you want to research the history, you want to know the role, and I like to know what my characters eat for breakfast. I like to have a little journal that I do on them, which I did for Kitty. You know, I like to make them people. I want them to be human. I think it would be very easy to take someone who's a ditzy blonde, and in the Drowsy Chaperone, arguably, she's probably the dumbest blonde I've ever seen. I don't think I've seen anyone who could match her. But she's still a human being. And when I read the bit about Billy Burke, you know, there was a thread there of a person. And so a person has ups and downs. For me, it was, you know, exploring the jealousy that she had for Janet and exploring that side of her that was kind of a nagging at Feltzig and, you know, trying to make him do what she needed him to do. I think in the end, what I really like about this character is she had a dream, and she never let a lack of talent really stop her. But unlike Janet, who's got all this talent and all this ability, but she has no hunger for it, who just decides to step down, Kitty's hungry. She wants it, and she's the one who gets her dream in the end, and I think that's kind of a cool lesson. It's like a family. Once you're, you know, this is probably, yeah, this is my third production with Langham, and you get to know people, and it's kind of wonderful because we're all supportive of each other, and it's great to get to know new talent coming in. It's also fun to get to know those who are here year after year, those who are volunteering, those who are working steadily to create this being a really professional setting for a theater. Really great work. Oh, Jacques Lemay is an amazing man, and I have to say, I haven't worked as much from the outside in characterizations, and so what Jacques taught me was, you know, there's a line for a character, there's a movement that a character has that's specific to the character, and he understands that implicitly. He's brilliant at it, and so I really feel that he helped me learn something new that I hadn't thought of before. And with Kitty, he had this articulation of the foot that he wanted, and he had a certain style that she should sit in, you know, and the way her shoulders should move, and the bubbliness, and whatever. That kind of physicality of the character really helped me out a lot. But he's a brilliant choreographer, as we all know. I mean, he does wonderful work, and it was quite thrilling for me to be able to participate in it and learn from him. Roger I had never worked with before, but I knew and just loved him. I mean, he's someone who just exudes warmth and care for people, and he's a dream to work with as a director because he's a fine actor, and he really knows how to perform as much as how to direct people as to where to be blocked on the stage. And so working with him was just such a warm, caring experience, and he really treats people with respect, and he knows how to get the best out of you in a way that I found just really, he's just so charming and so respectful that you don't sense that you're being directed, really. It's like a friend coming up to you and saying, what do you think about this? And he's very participative. He invites participation, for sure. There have been so many, but just, I mean, what stands out immediately is I have to say the audition. And this is unique and unusual for me. The audition doesn't usually stand out just as much as it did, but it was because we were doing the Toledo Surprise song. And we were dancing that whole song, learning the choreography in 2 hours, which was really intimidating. It was a moment. But it was also a moment where we were all drawing together already at that stage. So it was pretty exciting. And then just coming and meeting everybody for the first time is another great memory. And, oh, finding the little moments where you say, oh, my character, yeah, that's what my character would do. It's just so exciting, all these little things. And it comes from working together and working with an audience, too. The audience comes in and they start to inform what you do. So they'll laugh at something and you go, oh, right, I get that, yeah. I work in communications. Yes, as a communications specialist. So public relations, that involves a lot of writing news releases, writing brochures, writing for the web, writing for social media, learning those different techniques. Well, I mean, I like to get a little bit nervous beforehand because then you have an edge. You know, I don't want to be so nervous that I can't move or work or speak. I mean, there's a balance. But I always feel like if I'm not a little bit nervous, then I'm too relaxed. It makes me feel superstitious. So I like to have a little bit of an edge. Each audition is different depending on what medium you're in. So theater, very different from film, right? In theater work, we have non-professional work that we're doing here, and then professional auditions. So in professional auditions, you prepare your own song, you have your sheet music ready, you've got your monologues ready, you're prepared and ready to go. I tend to like to come dressed with the essence of the character that I'm auditioning for. I think it helps the director and producer get a sense of how they might cast me. Sometimes that can work against you if they think of you for something else as opposed to the role you're going for, right? But I think it's a good idea to try and dress somewhat in the shape of and form of the character you're going out for. In non-professional theater auditions, it's very different. They supply you with the music they want you to sing, and usually, especially here in Victoria, it's the music from the actual show. This is unheard of. Even in a lot of non-professional theaters, they want you to bring your own audition music. But here, they actually want you to sing from the show to see if you can actually sing it, which is interesting. As for the characters, depending on the show, here they allow you to pick up the script ahead of time. And you can actually read through it and do all preparation work that you know, and I love that. In the professional scene, you don't even know what they might be doing, right? So you have a lesser edge there because you haven't got the script necessarily. But here they give you the script ahead of time. I like to photocopy it, mark it all up before I go into the audition so that I feel really super prepared going into that reading. I'm not happy doing a cold reading if I don't have to do a cold reading. If I have to do a cold reading, there are techniques we learn for that. But if there's a way to avoid being unprepared and reading cold, then I will, for sure. I love Shakespearean theater. I love classical theater. It's my first love, actually. And so I've just been invited to join the board of the Victoria Shakespeare Society, which I hope to join shortly. And my big dream would be probably to go to Stratford. And I'm going to be auditioning with them here in the next couple of months. I would like to do more work with Bard on the Beach. I just did a role for the Victoria Shakespeare Society as Elizabeth in Richard III. And it was a very exciting thing to get back to that work. And that's where my happiness lies. I love acting. I just love acting. But the classical pieces are, for some reason, a wonderful challenge for me. And I love doing it.